EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here we go. 180. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep.
Here we go. 180.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd and inches, Burrow buying time to his left. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here we go. 180.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll give it to him up the middle. That he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Chris Herndon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round? That's what I call a steal.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 45 on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Flush to his right. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson looking for the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll drop to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
and 1. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Here we go.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
No, we changed it.
Check 55, come on. Check tight, check tight. Check tight. Back 55, back 55.
They go play action with Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Big connection on that one. 34 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd. Check 4, check 4.
Nice hot.
I know he ain't got it. Hey, check it.
Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
55 is my job, 55. Mike,
No.
right there in the middle, 55. Here we go. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
50 seconds to Mike. Crunch time, defense. Kill.
Another run here with Dobbins. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down at 5.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make kill. Hey, turn
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Dobbins trying the left side, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner, and in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Davey away. In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go.
third down, Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. It'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle here to Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
73 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Jackson will throw again. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. It's Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. The extra point's up and good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't.
It got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Throwing, Jackson.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So down only 2 now, still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Check 26, check 26. 1190, 1190.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, come here.
Three buzz.
57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm scared.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Jackson. Connecting with Andrews.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Jackson.
Dancing to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major